Hello, and welcome to another top 10 episode. Or technically, this is going to be a top 5 ranking for 5 video games. And because it's only 5 in the series, yeah, I want to do my top 5 ranking Super Smash Bros. Games. This may be obvious what would be what, but then again, you might be surprised. I don't know. Today, I want to talk about the top 5. For me personally, either when it came to my childhood, or better yet, when it came to the gameplay experience, or the lack of something, or what thereof. But don't get me wrong, this doesn't mean these games are all bad. It's just how I personally felt about these games when it comes to the ranking of what's my favorite of all time, or just in general my favorites. Anyways, let's get to it, shall we?
Number 5.
Alright, now number 5, you may hate me for this, but it is Super Smash Bros. Melee. Now, when I remember playing this game, it was around 2008, around the time Brawl was already out. And yeah, my dad got it for me. And you know, I think it is a good game. Like, I really do like Super Smash Bros. Melee, but mostly, you know, it's around the Nintendo All-Stars, which is great. I do like the fact that later down the road, Smash became everything a video game, but you know, for the time, Melee is fun, and it's still fun to play if you want to go back to the 2000s for nostalgic reasons. And yeah, Melee is one of those games you can hop on and play. Personally, though, people always made a big deal about Melee being the best in the series. I never really thought that way. I kind of thought the other games would be a bit better than Melee, but, well, at least Brawl, in my opinion. But still, it's not a bad game at all. I would still highly check it out, but it is number 5 for me.
Number 4.
Well, now, at the time, this was pretty much the only Smash game that was new and started to bring in a bit more third-party games. And I was also getting into the Fire Emblem series, which was cool to see these characters be in the game. And that would be the 4th Super Smash Bros. Game for the 3DS and Wii U. Yeah, this one was a weird one just because there's like 2 different versions. There's the 3DS version, and then you have the console version. At the time, you know, I really liked these games, but I did feel like something was missing. Of course, Snake was not around. They had to cut a specific character out of the game. So, in a sense, this was lacking a bit. But it also brought on characters like Cloud, Pac-Man, Mega Man, Ryu from Street Fighter, all that. And, you know, the Fire Emblem characters from Awakening, and then Corrin. Mostly, I was really into Awakening at that time, so I was glad to see them in this game. And, you know, it's still unique on the 3DS, and, you know, the Wii U, there's still something to be had with this game. It's just, it ranks number 4 because while I had fun with it at the time, it is now kind of gone down to, not obscurity, but just something was missing in this game. Yeah, like, that was one bummer about the 4th Smash introduction, which I wish they could have added pretty much everybody at this point. And of course, the Wii U was dying, the 3DS was on the rise, and this was before the Switch came out. But yeah, it's number 4 for me. While I had fun with it, I still felt like there could have been more added to it.
Number 3.
Now, number 3 is a childhood one of mine that I remember playing back then when Pokemon was still airing on Cartoon Network. And I thought it was really crazy to see Pikachu in this game with Mario. And that would be the first Super Smash Bros. Game. This is a childhood favorite of mine. I always liked the first player mode on here. I liked how they used to do it before they started doing it differently, which I'm not crazy about. Pretty much classic mode. But yeah, I really had fun with this game when I was little. And I still have nostalgic feelings for this game because it was my introduction to this All-Stars. Characters I didn't really know of, but I knew Mario and I knew Pikachu because of Pokemon. And it's just fun. If you want to go back to the 90s, this would be one thing to go back to. For me, it was a childhood memory of mine. And then I came up with my own like story idea of a Smash All-Star. At the time, I didn't even remember what it was called. This had a lot of good things about it, and definitely worth collecting. And yeah, it'll be number 3 because it is technically a good childhood favorite of mine. And I would definitely check it out if you ever have the chance. I still consider this one of my favorites on the N64. While it does lack in a lot of departments compared to the other Smash games, it's still something worth checking out. This is where it started, and it's just fun, just nostalgic. That's all I gotta say. I remember just having fun playing this game because I thought it was so cool. Pikachu and Mario together.
Number 2.
Now, people either love this or hate this game. I personally loved it. This was kind of the first Smash game I was actually aware of when I was younger at the time. And it was my favorite that got me into a specific series around that time, and that would be Super Smash Bros. Brawl. This game had a lot of cool stuff about it. Snake, Sonic, fighting it off with Link and Mario. I mean, come on. What is not to forget about this? The Wii U and 3DS versions lacked Snake, which was a bummer. And at least they brought Sonic back and then Pac-Man and Mega Man, but I wanted Snake back. Snake, like, this was the reason I got into Metal Gear, was Super Smash Bros. Brawl. On top of that, it had a good story mode. It had a story mode in here, which I really like seeing the cutscenes of these characters interacting with each other. I will admit the gameplay is a bit slower compared to Melee, and then of course the Wii U and 3DS version kind of mixed the slowness and fastness together and made it pretty balanced. A lot of people just didn't really care for this game that much, and or at least had issues with it, but I'm like, I have no really complaints about it. I love this game. This is one of my childhood, just like the very first one, which was my all-time childhood memory. This is another one, like, well, I was 12 when it came out, but that was probably before, that was before I hit my teenage years, the last portion of my childhood, and it was this game. I loved this game. I loved playing those characters. My favorite, of course, Snake. I know it may have some issues, like the slipperiness and all that, but still, I mean, it was just fun all around, and I like Super Smash Bros. Brawl. One of the best in the Wii to date. At least for collecting Wii games, and this is one of them. I would definitely still say it is worth playing if you want to go back to the old roots, but yeah. Brawl, I remember keeping up with Brawl at the time, and it was a childhood memory, and I will never forget those days. Those were fun. Around the time I was also getting into anime as well, and watching all these cool movies that were coming out around that time.
Number 1.
Now, of course, number 1 probably wouldn't be a surprise. It's Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This takes everything you love from all the games and puts it into one package, or one little card. Ultimate is probably my favorite because it brought back everybody that the Wii U and 3DS were lacking. It brought back Snake. It also brought back all the DLC from the Wii U. It brought back everybody from the Melee and everybody. And then you have now Persona in there, Castlevania, heck, even these Mii costumes that are connected to other games that you would not expect. Like, Fallout. It was like, this is awesome. Even Fatal Fury, now Kingdom Hearts, for crying out loud. This game brought everything around the video game world, video game history. And on top of that, Bayonetta was in the 4th one, but she comes back in here and she represents slashers while Snake represents stealth. I mean, it represented everything. It had Fatal Frame in here. It had spirits of Resident Evil characters. It had all these collection of video game icons and video game titles that you would just never expect to see in a game with Mario, Link, Kirby, Yoshi, Pikachu. I mean, like, that is crazy. My only downside is I wish Dante was in the game. He is in some extent like a Mii costume, but sadly he never made it as a roster character, and I would have loved to see a roster. I mean, I rather would have seen him than maybe Sora from Kingdom Hearts, but that's still pretty cool that he even made it in to begin with. Heck, Persona 5, I was getting into Persona 5, and he pretty much made it into the game. I mean, it's just crazy to see all these characters like Cloud, Snake fighting it off in maybe Cloud stage or Snake stage, or even Mario against Sora. Like, this is like a dream come true. This was the type of thing I was kind of daydreaming back during the Brawl days. Well, except differently with Inuyasha and other pop culture stuff. I don't know, but yeah, that was my childhood, and I really still enjoy looking back at that. But yeah, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate completes everything. And if there is ever another Smash game that will beat it, that would be one thing. But yeah, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate remains at the top for me because of all the great stuff that came with this game. Everything, all the characters, all my favorite game franchises, even ones that I was not expecting, like Fatal Frame. What else is there to say? It achieves everything from the previous Smash games, and of course, it's going to be number one. It's got everybody that I like in one game. Well, that is pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this of the top 5 ranking Super Smash Bros. Games of mine. What are your top 5 Smash games that, like, how do you rank them? Leave your comment down below wherever you're watching, and I will definitely try to read them. I'll try to do more of these if I can. I'm going to be trying to do more top 10 or top 5 video games because I haven't done enough of those. I've done mostly films and anime. I kind of want to do a little more of this for video games because there's a lot of great video games. I just need to play a little bit more. I mean, I'm very slow because I'm reviewing a lot of anime and games, including movies sometimes. And on top of that, doing discussions podcasts. I'm busy, but yeah, I'll definitely be trying to do these a little bit more. So anyways, thanks for watching.